how can you stay motivated to train hard during COVID in 2021 with everything that's going on?
Oh, I can imagine it's very difficult. It was difficult for me now in the spring when COVID first came, with all the uncertainty of what was going to happen, and then the Olympics being postponed, and we actually had our Europeans cancelled as well. So I know that it can be very difficult for a lot of athletes, especially not knowing when the next competition is going to happen and what you're really training for. Like, are you training for this big goal, or is it maybe just not going to happen and you find out last minute? So it's very difficult. But I kind of found that there were 3 ways, let's say, that I used to keep myself motivated to train for my last season in 2020. Now, first of all, I had to really sit down and reconnect with why I was doing the sport in the first place, what it really meant to me. And I don't mean like, oh, it's fun, something like that. I mean really digging deep, like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting all this effort into it? What is it giving me? And I mean, even better, like, write it down, really reflect and think about it, because this is something you can use to keep the motivation. And in my case, it was because I thought it was so much fun to throw the javelin. Just being out on the field, seeing the javelins fly, that good feeling. And it didn't matter if I was going to have a competition or not. I could just focus on that and enjoy that, and then I could stay motivated to train. But then, of course, the second thing was that I had to kind of take my focus off of everything that I couldn't control, which was a lot of things. I mean, like I say, with the competitions, whether they're going to happen or not, I mean, we can't control it. So if we focus on a certain competition, then you might get disappointed. Somebody else could take it away from you and you have no control over it. So then instead, I put my focus on the things that I could control. Like I said, going to training every day, doing my best, enjoying what I was doing. Like, these little things, you start to appreciate them more, and you need to put your focus there. And then, of course, you need to adjust your goals. Like I said, especially this thing with the big competitions, I mean, I had the goal of going to the Olympics, of course, but in this last year, I kind of switched it a little bit more to, I want to throw this far. That I could do regardless of where I would do it, if you know what I mean. Like, it didn't have to happen at a certain competition. I could do that at my track at home. That was more within my control. That was something that I could work towards. And if we have lockdowns, especially, and you can't train as you wanted to, then you might have to, like, if you can't follow the plan, you might have to adjust your goals for that. It doesn't mean that you might not aim for the same kind of results. It just may take you a little bit longer to get there. So we need to be flexible, and we need to dare to adjust our goals so that we don't just set ourselves up for disappointment or focus too hard on things that we cannot control. And these things really helped me enjoy my last season, even though all of my big goals were taken from me. And I still had, well, arguably my best season, even though there were no championships. So I would say this really, really works, but it is tough, and you need to focus. You need to put a focused effort into it.